whoever is whoever has joined us from India or any other country. Welcome to all of you. And today is going to be a very interesting topic, which is identifying money mindset. So, what exactly is money mindset? So, in this discussion, we are going to explore various aspects of our attitude and belief about money, how these beliefs impact our financial decisions and overall financial well being. Okay, and also how do we identify what is the mindset that we are having towards money? What are the limiting beliefs that we are holding? If there is something called abundance or scarcity mindset, and what is the financial confidence that we should be having? So, in order to discuss all these things, I have my friend Neeta Singh, who is a certified life coach, 14 plus years of experience, and an accomplished author for the book Lion Boy, and her passion lies in helping individuals uncover their purpose, elevate self help, nurture self love. So, welcome, Neeta, to the show.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm glad we are
Yes,
discussing
and
such an important topic.
yes, and today, Neeta, the important thing is we will not be discussing about what we have done in the past, what is our background that we are coming from, but why we are here, what are the decisions that we have taken out of our circumstances, out of money, and what is the relationship that we have built. So, over to you, Nita.
Okay. First of all, I'm glad we chose a very different topic about having an abundance mindset or how to change or tweak our mindset about money. Secondly, I felt that a lot of women are restricting their lives or their dreams because they do not have enough information about this, and also they lack, the only thing that they lack is financial freedom. Otherwise they're capable on every standards or parameters of life, but the only thing that stops them from moving ahead or taking any decision is money. And because they're constantly thinking in terms of lack in the sense, I'm not saying lack, but lack. Okay. So because they're constantly thinking in those terms, they are not able to uplift themselves mentally and get to exactly where they should be ideally there. Okay. And why then they keep attracting all this poverty mindset or scarcity mindset towards it? So I think it's a big topic that we're discussing, and I hope this entire discussion helps and benefits a lot of people who are going to watch us today.
Correct. So, Nita very rightly said. This is actually a very vast topic, and it's 1 hour is very less a time for us to discuss and share our
Yes.
understanding. If people get, ideas or in whatever influenced or whatever,
Breakthroughs.
yes, big breakthroughs, that will be an important thing. But having said
Yes.
that, this is a very vast topic, and covering the topic in just 1 hour is like too less a time. So, Nita,
Hmm.
like the first question that I asked you, you have
Hmm.
been in corporates for quite some time. Before that, you had a life. So, right now, you are a successful life coach. So, what made you take that decision and be in this particular space wherein you're trying to elevate others, help others to become self owned or self governed, not governed by the outside factors? So, what made you come here in this platform?
Okay, so the corporate life was good. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it was good in the sense that I would get salary each month. But in terms of me contributing towards my work, I just didn't felt that it was a complete fulfillment. So it was like working from salary to salary each month, and I was taking care of my expenses, and that was it. Eventually, what changed is during COVID when I was actually doing nothing, and that's when the self introspection happened, and that's when also I saw the movie The Secret. The
Mhm.
first time I saw, I didn't really understand, but it stayed in my head. But to refine what I had seen all over again, I said, okay, I have to watch this movie again. And I saw that movie, I'll tell you, almost 3 to 4 times. It was there on Netflix earlier. And then I started taking notes. So that was my first trigger point in terms of changing my mindset. And then I started realizing that, man, I have these qualities, and I need to highlight these qualities of mine. Okay, and then there were also certain personal life experiences that made me realize that why it is so important for me to be financially independent, and what is the kind of freedom and independence that it will come along with it. And I'm glad I took this because I realized what difference that jump made in terms of my confidence, in terms of my life, in terms of, the happiness that I'm able to provide to my children today. So that immense happiness, clarity, and confidence comes when you are having clarity about what is it that you want to do and how you want to do and why you want to do. Okay,
Mhm.
so this was one thing that I felt I should be working on. And secondly, I also felt that a lot of women of who are in our age group, I feel, get stuck in this, that what should I do, or if they are dependent on the spouse in terms of money. And that's where also, some decision making skills becomes very difficult because they have to think about a lot of things. They have to probably think about the family, and they have to put everyone else in the front, and they have to look at themselves towards the end. So that is what delays, the fulfillment of the dream and passion, I would say that. And
Correct. Mhm.
this is the point which I want to work with women, that how you can, while you are handling your family or while you're doing your day-to-day routine, how you can take some time out, work on your mindset, and work on creating those multiple sources of income, where you can break those chains of dependency on others and work slowly. Okay, takes small steps towards working towards a freedom, and eventually you will realize that you have taken a big jump. When you will, Steve Jobs said a very good thing, Jyoti, you can connect the dots when you look back. So the point is, you have to keep moving ahead.
Correct.
लाइफ में आगे क्या होता है, आपको आगे बढ़ोगे जितना उतना समझेगा जब आप सोचोगे कि आपने कितना ट्रैवल किया और कितना अचीव किया है फिर.
Correct. So you always,
Yes.
whenever you take a leap of faith, you always refer to whatever steps you took. So it is said that what you are today is because of your decisions yesterday. What decisions you are taking today, that will be your life tomorrow. So
Absolutely.
taking right decisions at the right time is of utmost importance.
Hmm.
But having said that, Neeta, I have a very important thought in mind.
Hmm.
In India, it is very much prevalent that the females,
Hmm.
if they are not working, definitely we everyone out there try to empower women. But women empowerment is nothing that we are looking for. Women are already empowered. Just
True.
that in India there is a notion that they are working to take care of the kids, to take care of the family, making awesome food like a restaurant, as a professional chef and
Yes.
everything. They're taking care of everything. But
Right.
in India, they are not given that much respect either by the children or by the husband, and that makes something in mind that I'm not respected. So it has nothing to do with money. They are only thinking that husband is taking care. Just suppose if that husband is there, right? He is earning a salary of 1 lakh or 1.5 lakhs or whatever XYZ amount, right? If that lady would not have been there,
Hmm.
would there have been a family? No, definitely not.
Hmm.
Even if you hire a house help, that house help will not do charity for you, right? She is
Right.
gonna take something in,
True.
and in return, you're not getting that love also. So women should get rid of that notion that they are not earning. They have a beautiful family, and if they start understanding the thought, then this money thing should never come. So that's the topic for today. It is the money mindset. We think about money, we give it a meaning. So what meaning are we giving to the money? Is Are we justifying that? That's the question. So what do you think about, and in foreigners, if you see, so in foreigners, women have been given certain amount even if you are a homemaker, right?
Hmm.
That is
Hmm.
not the case so far with Indian government or with Indian females. So
Yes.
that is a notion that we are trying to change here.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm. Hmm.
what do you have to say on this?
Wow, you have asked me a very broad question, Okay, coming back to the mindset of women, I have one thing. If they feel that they are not being respected, I think it has to start with themselves. Okay. If they are not going to respect themselves, nobody else is, even if it's your children or your husband. Okay. So the expectations need to start with yourself first. Okay. Then comes setting the boundaries. When
Correct.
you are not
Mhm.
setting the boundaries, everyone is going to walk over you. So understanding and inculcating the habit of setting boundaries has become very essential today. uh, Third is, you have to think that you are a part of the family, or and you are not a robot, or you are not a glorified servant who has been brought into the house to do household work for
Yes.
someone else. Okay, you are there to be a participant in that family. You are there to grow that family. You are there to help in the ups and downs of that family. So even though you are not contributing financially, but I think there is a hell lot of a contribution when it
Big
comes
role.
to
Yes.
emotional support, mental support, physical support, okay, and psychological support. So I think even if that one criteria stays unfulfilled, the woman is covering all the other areas absolutely 100%. So each woman should give herself a credit for that. Okay, that because without her standing, the entire family will be shaky. She is a
Correct.
strong foundation for a family, right?
Mhm.
So the expectations need to start with yourself, the respect needs to start with yourself, and everything else will fall in place once you have a very calm state of mind and clarity in your head. So
Yes.
yeah, about the foreigners, what did you ask? I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, like in foreign countries, even if you are a homemaker, you have been given certain amount from the government,
Hmm.
that you are not working as a job professional or anything. You
Hmm.
do not own a company or an organization.
Hmm.
Then too, they are given certain amount in certain countries, not
Hmm.
exactly in every country, but they have been given certain amount
Hmm.
to support, just
Hmm.
for support purpose, right?
Right.
But I think culture over there is also different. But what we are trying to inculcate here in our country basically is, you should give yourself that much respect, as rightly said by you. That's when you think that you deserve respect. And this money mindset, even if you would have got certain amount of money, you would have earned certain amount of money, that money would have been wasted by giving it to a household, right? Housemaid or house help, everything. So we should have that empowering mindset, that we are doing pretty well.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is one thing. Now, when we talk about the limiting beliefs, okay,
Hmm.
so this basically happens in with job professionals.
Hmm.
If you are a working professional, you are working in this particular organization for quite some time. I have worked 15 years in corporates, and I've seen that particular life wherein people are waiting for 30th, 30th the salary will come. Then in certain organizations, because of the tie-up or
Hmm.
the merger with the different companies, the salary date got shifted to 26th.
Hmm.
Okay, now 26 is the salary date, but you are going to get the same amount. You are not going to get additional amount. And
Right.
if this salary would have lasted till 15th, 30th till 15th, right now it will last till 10th. Right. So there definitely is a factor of limiting belief. So how limiting belief about money can hinder our financial success, and what are the steps that we should be taking as an individual to get rid of that limiting belief? Because Neeta, I have seen that people think that they have worked for 5 years or 7 years in an organization, and that is all they know.
Hmm.
But is it not a possibility that you are working for 8 hours or 9 hours or 10 hours for that particular shift, and if you divide the day into 24 hours, definitely you are getting 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours to do something to follow your passion on that particular thought. So what do you think on
Okay.
limiting beliefs?
Okay. Limiting beliefs is there, I guess, for a lot of people, not just for people who are doing jobs. Because when you are working, you are getting a fixed amount. Okay.
Correct.
When you get a fixed amount, there are 10 other things that are dependent on that amount, which means that if XYZ amount comes, it's going to go to at least five different places. And at the end, you're going to give priority to yourself, that whatever is left, I'm going to prioritize myself or use it for myself. So what happens is, when you are working the other way around, you are not able to save money, Like they say, whatever is the money that you earn, 10% or 20% of it needs to be saved, and then you should do your monthly expense. But in our country it works the other way around. We first give out all the expenses, and then whatever is left over, we try to manage our finances through that. And even when that doesn't work, we try to use our credit cards for that. So what is happening is, instead of creating multiple sources of income, we are creating burdens for ourselves. Okay, and we are surviving on month salary. So the cycle is never going to change at all till the time you, even if you are shifting jobs, you know let's
Mhm.
say you're shifting your job for the sake of a hike,
Hi. Yep.
it's still not going to do any difference to you. It might give you a breather of maybe 5 additional days, but
Mhm.
it's going to make no changes in your cycle.
Mhm.
So if you have to break that pattern, first of all, you have to understand where are the leakages, where are the leakages in the sense, what are the unnecessary expenses, first of all, that you can curb.
Mhm.
Second is, it is very essential in today's time to create a multiple source of income. And this could be anything, like either identifying your passion, or doing investments, or doing your savings. There are multiple ways of creating these streams. What works for you is something that needs to be identified by that individual, and then they have to work upon it. I mean, execution of these actions is important. Just preparing and planning is not really going to help.
Correct.
So yeah, I think in today's world, with so much of flashy lifestyle that people have, surviving on one income is a tough job.
Correct. So as we say that whenever we get, I have been there, I have done that, so I can, say this by my experience. Whenever, as a job individual, job professional, when I used to work, I used to pay my credit cards, the loan amount. So I have taken a home, maybe a car, maybe a bike or whatever. First we need to clear all these stuff, as rightly said by you, and then the minimum that we are left with, we need to, use for next 10 days, and again for the rest 20 days I had to use my credit cards. Again, start of the day, we have to start of the month, we have to pay the credit card. So this is an ongoing cycle. So it is said that,
Absolutely.
if you talk to the like the big shots, they say that pay yourself first. So whatever income that you are getting, you need to pay 20% or 30% of that income to yourself. So that is also, that is your mindset, that I got paid twice, one the salary, and the second that you got paid, and that amount is being saved towards your betterment, or maybe towards learning prospects or something like that, right? And we also say that, Neeta, there is a common saying that, the money, we call it a limited mindset, but actually is it a limited mindset? Because uh, we people are so much used to a particular thing, right? So in today's world, you talked about dual or triple source of income. How do they have the understanding or clarity? What are the capabilities that I possess? What all can I do? As I never knew that I can write a book. That was something when I was in this particular journey as a life coach. That's when I realized, and definitely you must have the realization at that point in time also. And most of our coaches, if you see in the community, so they once shifting from one place to other place, they got the realization. So do you think that, maybe someone is good at sports, in their childhood they did not get that opportunity to play, but should they follow their passion even if they are not getting any income from that source? Is it important?
Of course, because I'm not saying that they can make that as their main source of income, because you're not generating income. But since it is your passion, it
Correct.
is ideally good to invest an hour in that. Okay, because what it does is that you're not letting go of your passion. And as you keep consistently working on it, you will definitely get a breakthrough. But
Yes.
consistency is the key in this. One more example, what I would like to share, when you were speaking about creating multiple sources of income and all. But you know I think mindset plays a very big and important role, because we have in India, who wants to be a millionaire, and so kaun banega crorepati. And every day we see I think in the US also they have this lottery system where people win lotteries. Okay, random people do win lotteries, they do become millionaires, but they are
Mhm.
not able to sustain that, right? Why do you think this happens? So it's not like, that I don't have money, oh, money doesn't come to me. Money
Mhm.
did come to you, right? And not just in like small amount, it just came like a thundering cloud into your life. But
Mhm.
what did you do with that money? And why do these people again come back to their same lifestyle?
Yes, yes,
It has everything to do with their mindset,
correct.
you know?
So
So,
you are giving the example of the first millionaire, the who won, I guess, 1 crore, right, in India, and
yes,
within
yes.
1 year he lost all his money. And there was an article in all the newspapers that people asked him to invest in this and that and buy lavishing this that, and he did not have any understanding what to do. So I think Neeta rightly said by you, and definitely you will elaborate. I just wanted to put a point here that you need to know what you want and why you want. That is the clarity you should have, right? I think you are trying to discuss on the same topic. Yes, go ahead.
Absolutely. So when you're not investing in educating yourself, when you have so much of money, why would you not invest in educating yourself, and understanding what are the kind of investments you should do that will earn money back to you, this the rich people have this thing, like these are my sleeping assets, so even when I'm sleeping it's generating income for me, so that's the kind of mindset people need to create or build for themselves. And it's very beautifully said in this book, that I have been reading. It's called Think and Grow Rich. So I will just read one small part of it. It says over here, every human being who reaches the age of understanding of the purpose of money wishes for it. Wishing does not bring riches, but desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, and then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches and backing those plans with persistence, which does not recognize failure, will bring riches. So basically, like I think almost in all our shows I keep saying, persistency or consistency is the key. Our mind plays a very beautiful role in trying to show us, what was not going to work for you. It is our duty to tweak our mind, our thoughts, in a different direction. What if this is going to work for me? What if I'm going to succeed into this? What if this brings riches into my life, but of course this requires an effort and, strategy and techniques to tweak your mind over a period of time. But then just wishing is not going to help and bring riches into your life.
Mhm.
So, identifying your desires, backing it up with a solid plan of action, and executing that without the thought that I am going to fail in this.
Mhm.
Because last time you remember, we discussed words are energies.
Correct, correct.
Even thought is energy. So, the moment you give even 1% thought negative to it,
Mhm.
there are chances that it's not going to work for you then.
Correct. So, Neeta rightly said, there are lot of instances that we have seen in corporates, or maybe, I can refer to corporates because I have worked for 15 years in corporates.
Yes.
So basically, when there is an appraisal happens, and someone was expecting a raise or a promotion, and person did not get that promotion or a raise, the mindset that they deal with is, this person is biased towards this person, this person did not is not helping me to grow, and this person,
Right.
whatever may I do, this person will always stop my success. So actually I just want to highlight that that is not the reason. The other person, no matter whatever, the person is in the good books, but definitely because he may be in the good books, and he displayed all those characteristics or natures that is required for that particular designation, right? So that is the
Absolutely.
reason, as people say, how mindset influences one's ability to set and achieve financial goals. It is said that even if you are not getting, will you continue in the same mindset? Will you be able to keep yourself in the same mindset that no matter
Mhm.
what, this may be a bad year or this may be something. So instead of blaming the person who is at the hierarchy above you, can you
Right.
understand the basics that it there has to be some flaws in you, that is the only reason why you did not get it. And instead of blaming the
Absolutely.
person, important is we should identify what is that one thing that we need to change. And definitely mindset is of utmost importance. But what do you have to say on this?
Wow, this is my favorite part actually. When people think that, I am not getting a promotion, or when they start blaming the outside environment, that's when they have to start looking within.
Correct.
Change begins from within. Okay, so it's not
Gandhiji.
about the other it's not about the other person, it begins with you. Okay, so first of all, you need to ask yourself, what is my contribution? What are the reasons I couldn't get this promotion and this person got it? Okay, fine, that person may be in the good books, so you give 10 points extra for that. But there are different ways in which people contribute. Now we have a mix breed of people, when you're working in corporates. So some people are solution oriented, some people are more of problem oriented, some people are just silent observers. So which category do you fall into? And if you are really really so keen on growth, then start looking at how are you contributing in that company. Okay,
Mhm.
what extra work are you doing? So by extra work, I don't mean that by staying late in the office. I'm saying that if your boss has given you one task, okay, what are the three four options, instead of the boss, in suppose, for example, the boss has said that give me one criteria on what this project can be worked. Now, have you gone out of your way and given him not just one option, but three options? And have you backed it up by saying, that if we take option one, then this is how the finances might, increase, and this is how we might benefit. Now, if we use option two and if we collaborate with so and so, then this is what is, how things will look like in future. And option three is, so when you are taking initiative, you are showing your peers or your superiors how that company can grow. That is when they are going to start noticing you. I'm telling you, no one in your team or your bosses likes to be with people who are complaint oriented.
Correct.
they
Exactly.
can listen to they can listen to your feedback, but if you are not contributing and if you're constantly complaining, you are never going to get promoted.
Mhm.
Second most important thing is, you may switch over your job. Okay, people will switch over their jobs, they will change their clothes and look, and probably the way they talk and approach people. But if you're not going to change this, it's going to be back to square one. So
Correct.
like I said, the change has to come from within. Okay, not by changing your jobs or your clothes or the way you interact with your bosses or peers.
Mhm.
So understand what is your contribution, how much you're contributing, and what are you doing to upskill yourself. See,
Mhm.
even I think in a lot of IT companies, uh, a lot of employees need to constantly upgrade their skills. They constantly need to get the certifications and then they get the promotions,
Mhm.
isn't it?
Mhm.
So why wouldn't you work on your mind skills, and upscale yourself to
Mhm.
understand how I can be a better person, a better individual, a better thinker, a better decision maker, a better contributor.
Mhm.
Instead of identifying the negatives, let's focus on the positives.
Yes, Neeta, very rightly said. But definitely, that is a very positive thing. But even in my case, even if I accept that, okay, I completely agree. So that's what I used to talk to my subordinates. Suppose this person got in the good books of this particular person and he got at the top. But there is a famous saying: if you are eating shit and you are at the top, you will not survive. After a couple of years, definitely you will be back to square one. So instead of, I used to tell my associates that instead of concentrating on, he did some XYZ things, and because he's at the top. Do you think if he is at that particular designation which he doesn't deserve, there will be someone or the other who will come, who will question what is the designation, what are the responsibilities, are you delivering those responsibilities? So there will
Hmm.
come a time, and when you will start working on yourself, like you rightly said, if you will start working on yourself, after even it may take a year or so, you will be there for sure. And then you will be a better person than this one who got there because of, having this crappy relationship
Yeah,
with someone or the
yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I always used to tell my associates or colleagues, if this is your company, suppose you are the CEO of this company, would you like to hire someone like you? The way you are performing, the way you are justifying your responsibilities, your
Yes.
everything. Suppose this is the company, because you do not have guts so far to start your own organization as an entrepreneur, so that's okay. Everyone takes time. I took 36 years of my age after being a professional advocate, 15 years working in corporates. It took time.
Hmm.
So even if it is taking time, you have to stay in that positive mentality and positive
Hmm.
mindset. And I used to think that, my father is saying, always saying, that even if you are a cobbler, don't mend incorrect shoes, or it has to be the best shoes in the country. So
Hmm.
मोतियों के खराब जूता नहीं सिलते, ऐसा कहते हैं.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Hmm.
whatever I've done in my life, I have been the best. Okay,
Hmm.
so that's what, everyone, even if you have to do something, you are an insurance broker, you are just in a sales, or you are in a marketing, wherever you are, justify that designation, justify the chair. Because, I have always realized that it may have been sheer luck that you are there. But suppose there are millions out there who were fighting for that chair, and you are sitting at that chair. You need to justify that, responsibilities, roles, whatever you're doing.
Right, right. I want to give an example over here. I was attending one of the sessions of John Lee the other day, and he shared such a beautiful story about Kodak Films. Okay, now the company in this company there was one housekeeping lady who used to mop the floor. Okay, now it's not that they are not entitled to earn money or they can't be rich. Like
Hmm.
I said, it starts with a desire. Now, this lady had the desire to learn and grow. And apparently, she started slowly investing time in learning the technical aspect of those films. Okay.
Hmm.
And over a period of time, she gained so much of knowledge that later on she became the chief technology officer of Kodak Films. And this is a true story.
Hmm. Oh
So
wow.
even if you are someone who is cleaning or mopping the floors, but if you have a strong desire to
Learn something.
educate yourself and learn, so now does that mean that other people who are mopping the floor don't deserve to earn money? They do deserve to earn money. It's not that, but they don't want to do it. So we have different
Correct.
categories of people. So some just don't want to do it. They're okay with the lifestyle, even if it's not fulfilling. But then there are some who
Hmm.
will constantly complain and crib, and they will still show up for work the next day. And then there are
Hmm.
these category of people who will go out of their way to educate and create a better life for themselves. So opportunities are there everywhere around you. You have just got to look more clearly. You know.
Hmm. Okay, Nita. So that reminded me of a very beautiful story. When I used to, I was trying my luck in relationship coaching, and when you are a female and who are pretty new to this particular field, and people try to come to you with a lot of XYZ things, right? So I was having a conversation with one particular guy. Nita, are you stuck? Like, I am not able to. Yes, maybe internet issue. Am I audible? Hello? Yeah.
Hi, okay, I'm back. Sorry, there was a connection issue.
No issues. So I was just informing you that, initially when I started as a relationship coach, so people got a platform wherein there is a female, like I am a bit bold, okay, and there is a female, and I can talk to this person anything. I am facing issues with my girlfriend. I'm not getting girlfriend. That is one part. And then there is a girlfriend, but she is not listening to me. Okay. So we need to be very specific with what exactly you want. You want a girlfriend? Okay, you have a girlfriend. What's the mindset? She should talk just like you. She is not a parrot, first of all. And then I happen to ask this person, like, how are you in your career and in your finances? Or how is your work doing? And then I have just started my new venture and it's just 2 years. Not that great, but I'm sure I am gonna do it in next 3 or 4 years. It will be super successful. Okay, confidence definitely is awesome, but if that confidence is not backed up by step on step process that we call power leaps or outcomes, what is the outcome and have you given it a date? So the main the trauma of the society is they are into things which is not making a lot of sense in the long run. If we talk about our career, we are talking about our finances, our relationship, which is already there. And then you want to get into a relationship with someone who is someone else's girlfriend or someone else's whatever. So, what is that mindset that what should we give importance to? First we need to prioritize, we call it a self love, but self love is about knowing about your mindset, how your mindset works. Is it working in your favor or is it working against you? So that is important, I think. Do you
True,
think?
true. Absolutely. Absolutely, it plays an important role, but I think, having clarity over here matters a lot. What exactly you want to do.
Yes.
So, if you have too many thoughts coming into your mind, like they say, too many cooks spoil the broth. So, if you are going to be a Spider Man
Uh-huh.
and put your webs everywhere, you're going to get stuck in your own web.
Correct.
Excuse
So yes. So the relationship between money and happiness. Even the person who is getting millions is not happy. Person who's getting just 45, 50, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, whatever is the amount, this person is jealous of someone sitting above him. This person is jealous of someone sitting above him. This person is not happy because the relationship, the amazing relationship that he possesses. So
me.
that's where the mindset plays a vital game. So it's not about only money. What is the relationship you have with that money? When the money is coming, are you happy with that money or you are just paying the loans? Okay, I got this much x much amount, I just have 20%, and with this 20% you are not grateful for the 80% that you're getting. And that's when all the sorrow and frustration and lack comes. So the relationship you have with your money, even if I have xyz amount of money, I have a beautiful relationship and I'm really grateful. Wow, I have this much amount of money. And I plan everything after paying me what I'll do. And, it is very important that you have to spend on your own self. It is
Yeah.
said that the best investment that you have is your own learning. And that is the least touched thing right now in today's society. So if you talk about someone, they will take the family, two kids, and will go and have a nice lunch and dinner in a fancy restaurant. Will spend 3.5 grands or whatever, 3.5, 4.5. That's a common thing that I'm seeing across me, right? And if you talk about when was the last time you invested in your own personal growth? So they're blank. I am
Yeah.
doing a handsome job. Okay, are you really happy? Are you really happy with that handsome job? And then once you end up with the dinner, you come home, there is a final bash between husband and wife, and the kids sleeping at 11 or 11:30, something like that. So all that money, 3.5 or 4,000, whatever you have spent, it's all spoiled,
Going
right?
down the drain. Yeah.
Correct. And then you are not understanding the importance of investing in yourself. I am getting a handsome salary, definitely, boss. You are the CEO of an organization, you are getting a handsome salary. But if you would have invested something more, you would have owned the organization. You would have been the owner of the company. So
Yes.
definitely, whatever you have learned, this is what we have started. Whatever you have learned, it has taken you to this level. But in order to go from this level to this level, you have to learn something new. And that's what, even we as coaches, that's what we have been doing. It's a continuous process of evolvement. You need to
Hmm.
evolve every day. If you are 1% better than yesterday, that means you are growing. Right.
Yes.
So what is your
Absolutely.
thoughts on that?
I think two important things I could identify, when you were sharing this is one is, money doesn't buy happiness, which is true. But
Mhm.
money gives you a lot of power to do
Freedom.
things that you couldn't think of otherwise. Okay.
Correct.
The second most important thing is money is nothing but money is a form of energy which needs to be circulated. The most what should I say, prevalent mindset is, if I have money, I should control it. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what happens is some people, when they earn money, they want to just accumulate wealth and keep it. And now, what do you think happens to that wealth? It's definitely going to go away one day because, let's say, your best friend comes to meet you and you're so happy, so happy, so happy that you are going to lock her in the room and tell her that I'm so happy to see you that I want you to stay over here. And if you keep her locked for the next, let's say, 1 month, what do you think is going to happen when you open the door? She's going to run away and she's not going to come back to you.
Mhm.
So this is what happens with money. If you're not going to circulate, it's not
Mhm.
going. Am I
Yes.
visible and audible, Jyoti?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Because I'm having a little connection issues. The third most important thing and a very beautiful thing that I learned is giving gratitude to your money. And I learned this from a beautiful person called Ken Honda, and he said it so beautifully. No matter how small the amount of money that you are spending, okay, always be thankful to the money that you are spending. So what he does this Japanese technique, and now I have started implementing it because I recently came to know about it. But he said, whenever I spend money, no matter how big or small the amount is, I always say this word, arigato in and arigato out. So arigato is basically thank you in Japanese. So what you're saying to the money is, what energy you're giving to the money is, thank you for coming into my life. Okay. Now you're going out into my life. So be blessed. So what happens is, when you are letting the money go with the blessings, it's going to come back to you. Okay. Second, another thing a lot of people do is ki, let's save the money for a rainy day. Let's save the money for a rainy day. अरे यार कोई इमरजेंसी के लिए बचा लो. ठीक है.
Mhm.
And again, I'm going to connect this to what we did last week. Words are energy. So the moment you say, what do you think is going to happen? An emergency is definitely going to come. And all the money that you thought probably कि हम यहाँ जाएंगे, हम वहाँ invest करेंगे, it's not going to go there. It's going to go into that emergency in that rainy day. And it happens, and that's why sometimes people think that, I have saved so much of money, but it all went into this hospital expenses or it went over there. So this is the reason why that happens. And hence, money is just one plain energy. This gets amplified only as it. If you are a greedy person, it's going to amplify your greed. Okay. If you're a good person, amplify your goodness and kindness. If you're a bad person, it's only going to amplify your unworthiness towards money. So sometimes, even people think that, that person is not so good enough, that person is so mean, the person doesn't even do anything good in their life, but still he keeps getting so much of, how does he keep attracting so much of wealth? You know?
Mhm.
So it's got nothing to do, you know, money comes, that's the thing. Okay.
Correct.
So when it's coming to
Mhm.
you, irrespective of what kind of a person you are, it's just going to grow in terms of your energy, what kind of a person you are. So there are a lot of myths associated with money, but I think it's time that I think we should have one more session to break these myths about money, money
Yeah,
mindset.
so basically, Neeta, what you're trying to say is money gets the best out of you. If you are greedy, the greed come out. If you are jealous, the jealousy will come out. So when you are getting the money, that emotion which is superseding other emotions, that will be elevated, right? So if I am humble person, if I am kind, if I am trying to help someone when I don't have the money, when I'll have money, I will try to help that person in a larger scale. If I'm trying to
Absolutely.
snatch the money, I will be a lender who will put the money in the market, and instead of 5% or 10% interest, I'll try to grab 20 or 30% interest from the market. So it gets the
Yes.
best out of it. Okay, great. So Anita, and another best thing that I've seen is the financial stress. So someone who is thinking that I'm not getting that much amount. Okay, so there is a financial stress that has affected relationship. Okay, and then there is something called uh, someone who's getting a lot of money, right? So financial attitude and behavior, so that reflects in their behavior, wherein that reflects in the behavior wherein they will talk to their family, they will talk to their wife, or maybe the wife to the husband. You just keep shut. I am working hard. I am working hard for you. You are not supposed to interrupt me in all these important decisions. So it is said that till the time everyone cannot handle money. So how do you handle money? So someone who is an associate who is jealous of someone who is getting more, and because of that there is a financial stress or a relationship crisis at home. Someone who is getting too much, they also have a relationship stress at home, because they don't know how to handle money. So till the time money is in your pockets, it will serve you or serve the society or serve the family. But the moment money gets into your head, that's when the problem arises. Be it your relationship, be it your workplace, or be it your bestest of friend. So initially, whenever I used to go, so we used to go to a tapri, a chai shop, and we used to go to the shop, and there were just two people who used to make the payment, right? But when there was someone who got a nice job, who got out of this organization and was working in a nice job, and then he had this particular attitude: no, no, you guys are earning less. You just keep away. I'll just pay the bills. So this is something which should not be displayed. What do you think on that topic?
Yeah, so I think very rightly, as mentioned earlier, is money just amplifies, what you are as a person. So if you are going to throw your attitude and weight around because of the money, and what is going to happen, you don't with you. It's you're going to be back to the person that you were, So being humble, being kind, and being grateful is the key. That's what's going to make you successful. Look at all the successful people around us, whether it is in India or whether it is abroad. The amount of contribution that they do in terms of giving it back to the society, the amount of humbleness with which they stand, you know and the way they speak, the amount of compassion that they have within us, within themselves, is something that we need to build in ourselves if we want to see ourselves at that scale. So money, even if it's coming to you, you need to stay rooted, you need to stay grounded. I would like to share the story of this girl, Indian singer, uh, Monica, the lady who sung the song Savaralu, Monalika Thakur, I think so, is her name. This reading her when she participated in Indian Idol. Her family was totally broke and they were into a lot of debts. Okay. And they were literally struggling to make ends meet. And even when she participated in Indian Idol, she didn't get through. Okay, she didn't. She was one of the participants. A platform gave her leverage to get noticed by some good people. When she got her first break, the musician Preetham gave her a first break, and with that song, I don't recollect the first song that she sang. It's quite a famous, but I immediately can't recollect it. And then the second song was Savarlo, and after that
Mhm.
she never looked back. But till today, she continues to remain grounded. Okay, she continues to remain grateful because she
Mhm.
has seen what life was on the other side and what life is today. So she's today successful. She she can eat the food that she wants. She can buy what she wants, but she doesn't forget what was her life in the past, and that's why
Correct.
not it's not about indulging or showing off, but it is about enjoying everything, but also emoting gratitude that thank you for giving me allows me to enjoy this luxury. Thank you for giving me
Mhm.
this money that allows me to buy these beautiful things for my family. So that's the mindset that you need to have, because
Mhm.
it shows that how much you are respecting money, and money only comes to those people where it is respected. Money
Correct.
does not come to those people where it is not respected. That's the
Mhm.
first topmost rule of money.
Mhm. Okay, so basically, Nita, there's one another thought that I popped up just now. I was just thinking of in professional settings, the employees and employers, whoever is not getting the desired outcome or result by end of appraisal season, okay, the behavior or attitude that they show towards the subordinate or maybe the superior, that is something which should be managed when you will have a positive thought about this particular money. You think it was supposed to come to you, it did not came to you. Okay, so what are the strategies that people can do? So what I used to follow, in my when I used to be there, okay, I used to tell my people that you can get, instead of having those thoughts inculcating in your mind, and that is impacting your production, your performance on a daily basis, because end of the day you are again responsible for your own performance. So it should not happen that because this time you did not get what you desired, and someone else, maybe correctly or incorrectly, someone got something, right? So it should not spoil your coming years, right? So I used to inform
Absolutely.
people that you need to get into a meeting room, just book a slot with that particular person with whom you want to discuss all these things. Get inside the meeting room, and either the boss should be convinced or you are convinced. Don't get out of that meeting room till one of you are not convinced. So that is the best part, I think, wherein this neither of them will have clashes, and this person will not avoid the task given by someone, and this person will not try to give a stringent deadline if there will be a clear communication. So clear communication is of utmost importance, and definitely support from superiors and patience from the subordinates needs to be there. Then because the managers or the CEOs, top people sitting out there, definitely they have a lot of things to take care of when they are coming with that responsibility. They have budgeting, they have to take care of financial things, they have shared goals with the other organizations or maybe other departments also, that they cannot compromise because of the incorrect behavior of a single person. And also, Nita, I have realized that if you have kept something in mind, that person will act as a negative catalyst, because even this person is not able to give 100% in his performance for sure, and this person will act as a catalyst for reducing the performance of others, two or three people who are sitting next to them, and definitely then the team performance will be at stake. So what do you think on that?
I think communication is the key here. Sometimes people have a lot of fear in communicating
Mhm.
their thoughts. That I may sound so foolish, I may sound stupid, or I may sound way too much, knowledgeable, or maybe I might hurt the person or my superior. Because people think in that way. So fears people down. But I'm going to speak up. Okay, am I there? Or have I lost? I don't know what is the
Your
issue
just
today.
your video is blurred, but we are able to hear you. Video is bit blurred
Okay,
because
okay,
of
then it's
technical
fine.
issue.
Yeah. Because it's reconnecting. Yeah, okay. So if you are not going to speak up, first of all, you're never going to get noticed. So you will always remain on the sidelines and you will never get highlighted, in your own company. So trying to open up, and also the way you are putting across your question also matters a lot. How you are talking and how you're putting it
Exactly.
across.
Mhm.
Just think twice, but and speak. Otherwise, no one gives a shit about your talent until and unless you talk about it.
Mhm.
So these days you have to be vocal about your thoughts in a way, definitely, how you're putting it across. And if out of sight is out of mind, and I think it's really true. So if you're not going to be seen, if you're not going to participate, then you might as well forget about those promotions. Okay. And what will happen is, as a team, probably the other members will move on to the next level, but you will get stuck, with the next new joinees coming in, and you will again, it's just going to add up to your frustration. So
Correct.
I think everything starts and ends with, building yourself first.
Correct. So basically, Rita, the financial confidence that comes and how a positive mindset can lead to better financial decisions. So there is a very thin line between you want to grow financially, definitely you should have that ambition, but at the same time, the money that you're getting, as you said, that you should have the gratitude regarding what you have right now, and then only you can build on that. So, any practical strategies or ways that you would like to inform the audience that we should be practicing something that will help?
Okay. I think a lot of most common thought process I have is that if this, I think I'll start my own business, you know. But then, if that's what you really want to do, and if it was so easy, everybody would have been a businessman today. But if you really are interested in doing that, then understand, what is the business that you want to do, what is the kind of investment it's going to require, how much time, projected year in terms of profit, so how much time in terms of years it's going to take to get that level of profit where the money starts coming back to you. So there are a lot of things, so even when you're in your job, you have to, how do I say, analyze yourself, for the next 5 project my growth, what all are the things in which I can contribute to the company. Okay. And what is it that I can do that will highlight my key points as a contributor to the company. Okay. So this is where your strategies, your abilities, your strengths come into the picture.
Correct.
So
So,
that's
Nita,
one way of, huh.
mhm. So, Nita, yeah, yesterday I was watching an interview of Elon Musk, and there was a famous line, wherein he said, people are scared to follow their dreams for 3 years, but they are very much comfortable in doing that monotonous job for 40 years. So, what I have done, what I did when I was thinking of doing something on my own, that I will take a leap of faith. I will take a leap of faith no matter what. Okay. My family and everyone was against that because I was getting job, handsomely paid, and the colleagues were awesome. All my team members, everyone was awesome, and everyone was asking me, is there any problem? So the problem was, I want to follow my passion. That was the only problem, and which I
Right.
had not done since 36 years of my age. So actually, when I read the line, people are scared to follow their dreams for 3 years, don't want to invest the time for 3 years, but they are comfortable doing the same thing for 40 years. So the best thing that we can do, that's what I did. So it's not an advice to, it's the practical thing that I've done. So you
Hmm.
are paying 20% or 30% of your salary to yourself. So that is a sort
Hmm.
of savings for you. So till the time, it will take time for you to build up your entrepreneurship or passion or
Hmm.
solopreneurship,
Hmm.
whatever you're trying to do.
Hmm.
It is going
Hmm.
to take some time, right? So that particular amount that you have been paying yourself for so long, you can utilize that money at the time of crisis, right? Because
True.
initial 6 months, 1 year no one is going to pay you, even if it is your spouse or someone. They may question, you may feel bad, so it's better to have a backup plan, but don't restrict yourself from following your passion. So that's one thing.
Absolutely.
Yes, you want to add something, Nita?
No, I think you have put it across very rightly, that to your passion, back it up with a solid plan. You know, when it's going to work, what is the name that is going to need to work, what is the to show the results. So everything needs to be calculated in terms of time. Have this clear outcome in your mind, then you work accordingly towards. But one roadblock and it puts you then.
Your network again is a bit bad, Nita. I'm not able to hear you. Okay, in the meanwhile, I'll share a simple, affirmation that I found initially very funny, but actually it worked for me. And that was an affirmation by one of the influencers on Instagram. And the affirmation was, joy, 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 joy comes to me. When joy comes, joy stays with me. I think Nita, yes, you're back. Yes.
Yeah,
So in the
sorry, I'm having
meanwhile,
issues today.
till the time, yeah, you were not there, so I was just thinking of sharing affirmation, and that was initially it sounded like a very funny affirmation, but actually it works because you will be in that fun zone. So whenever you are exercising, you are doing face exercise, or washing your face, or you are doing mirror exercise. So that's one thing that I learned from this lady, and she was very much talented. So the affirmation was like, joy, 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 joy comes to me. When joy comes, joy stays with me. Happiness, 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 happiness comes to
Absolutely.
me when it stays with me. Money, 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 money comes to me. When money comes, money stays with me. So that is the affirmation in a very positive way.
Absolutely.
We should be talking, it will bring happiness, joy, money, abundance, anything you can add. So instead of joy, instead of happiness, instead of money, you can add anything and everything, whatever makes sense to you. So, Anita,
Absolutely.
that is from my end. Any final words that you would like to share?
I'd just like to share a beautiful money affirmation song, if I am allowed to play and if you all can hear it.
Now, before you sing along to magnetize yourself for money,
Can you hear it?
I'd like you to remember something very important. The fact is, you do not serve money. Money serves you. Money is simply an energy that allows you freedom. Freedom to live out your dreams. Freedom to be all that you can be. So don't scare money away by saying there isn't enough money. Speak to your money. Enjoy your money. And you will find that money will love to be around you and multiply. You will be a magnet to money. So say right now, money loves me and money is my obedient servant. Enjoy money.
And then this song. So you can listen to the
I
song and
am a magnet to money. I now have more than I need. I am a magnet to money. Money, money loves me. I am a magnet to money.
so this is one money affirmation song. It's a beautiful fun song, and at the same time, you're constantly affirming good things to money in a very musical way. So I think this is one song we should put it in the link actually, for people to listen,
Yes,
and
yes.
or if they want to download the song. So the song is by Michelle Blood and Bob Proctor actually. So yeah, this is one I would like to leave our audience with, this beautiful money affirmation that they can listen to day in and day out while they're working. They can let it play in the background. So instead of listening to some boring songs or anything, you can keep, because what happens with this is, even if you're listening it in the background, it is working on your subconscious mind, and in the background. So it's very important that we are conscious about what we are feeding and what we are putting inside, because subconscious has no filters, everything gets over there. So instead of adding the clutter, we need to cut out the clutter and we need to be consciously aware about putting good things into it. And that's how the moment you try to make your subconscious strong, everything you will become strong from within.
That's great, Neeta. Thanks a lot for joining the session. It was a wonderful session. And the one thing that I understood with the entire conversation is all the big shots out there or who want to be successful in their life, they have a very beautiful relationship with money or their
Yes.
mindset. They have evolved their mindset to a level wherein failure doesn't bother them. It is just the next step, just the next step. So you have to be in such sync with your mindset that failure is not the stop. It's just a stop. It's not the final stop. That should be the ultimatum.
So,
All right. And Neeta, thanks a lot for joining. And I think we will have another day on the same topic wherein we can share more
yes,
ideas and stories with the audience. Thank you so much. And
absolutely.
see you again on Thursday at 7:30. Take care till then.
Thank you,
Bye.
Jyoti. Thank you, Jyoti, for having me and actually introducing to everyone for this beautiful, beautiful topic.
Yes. Bye bye.
Thank you for your time, dear.